That will turn a few heads, no doubt about it. Okay, thank you, Gianna. Well, a national police protest has made its way to the biggest little city. How local officials are handling it.
Also, still to come, what the city of Reno plans to do with the building they purchased for just $10.
And why you and our seismologists don't believe recent earthquakes in northern Nevada are related to volcanic activity. Stay with us, everybody. Your top local stories coming up.
You are watching Mornings on Fox with Bill Frankmore, Samantha Boatman, Melissa Carlson, and weather with meteorologist Tim Studebaker. This is Mornings on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Some developing news to tell you about this morning. A man was stabbed near the intersection of 2nd and West Street around 2:30 this morning. Police tell Fox 11 that he made his way up to 2nd Street to Sierra Street, where he collapsed. He was found shortly after and was taken to Renown with what police describe as non-life-threatening injuries. No word on a suspect at this time.
Republican presidential candidate Jeb Bush is making another stop in Nevada today. The former Florida governor is scheduled to hold a meet and greet at noon at the Hyatt Place Hotel that's near the airport. 5 other Republican presidential hopefuls are scheduled to be in Nevada later this week as well.
And Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton will be visiting Southern Nevada next week. The former Secretary of State is scheduled to visit next Tuesday. Further details about her itinerary were not released. Clinton most recently visited Nevada back in June when she spoke at a roundtable discussion with veterans at the VFW post in Reno. She also spoke with young immigrants in Las Vegas during a visit in May.
Reno police are searching for a man who they say robbed the Dorothy's Casino on North Hills Boulevard at gunpoint. They say it happened at 6:30 in the morning on Monday. Police say that the suspect showed the clerk a handgun and demanded money before taking off. The suspect is described as a white or light-skinned Hispanic man, about 5 feet 4 inches tall, with a muscular build, brown hair, and goatee. He was last seen wearing a blue shirt, black jeans, and black work boots. Secret Witness is offering a $1,500 reward. Give them a call at 322-4900, and remember, you can remain anonymous.
The widow of a Sparks Middle School teacher killed in a shooting 2 years ago is now receiving a settlement from the Washoe County School District. In September of 2013, 12-year-old Jose Reyes shot 3 people and killed himself at the school. Sharon Lansbury, the widow of 8th grade teacher Michael Lansbury, is to receive $100,000 from the school district in an agreement approved unanimously by the school board yesterday. She will also receive more than $44,000 in accumulated pay for sick leave days that her husband had earned. In turn, documents show Lansbury has agreed not to take legal action against the school district.
A national police protest is making its way to the Reno Police Department, kind of. As you can see here, this individual is videotaping himself, writing comments about Reno police officers on the ground in front of the police station. This video is posted to YouTube and social media and getting some reaction for sure. And while some perceived the protester as verbally provoking officers, the protester was not arrested. We spoke with Deputy Chief Mac Venzen, who is familiar with the protest that has happened in other cities, including Las Vegas. He says the Reno Police Department supports free speech for sure, but he adds the chalk has to be removed, and that comes at a cost to taxpayers.
I would encourage people, if you really have an issue, call me. Call me directly. I'd love to talk to you about how you think that you want your community policed by your police department.
Benson says there are other avenues as well, including neighborhood advisory committees, citizen action groups, and of course, elected officials.
Well, Lassen County Sheriff's deputies are asking for your help in finding a missing boy. 12-year-old George LePan went missing on Sunday. He had recently been placed in foster care and is considered at risk because of his age and unfamiliarity with the area. Sheriff's deputies say that he could be on his way to Shasta County, where he had previously been living and has friends there. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt with a bright green design, black basketball shorts, and black tennis shoes. Anyone with information is asked to call the Lassen County Sheriff's Office at that number on your screen, 530-257-6121. Well, Sierra at Tahoe Ski Resort will be holding a candlelight vigil tonight to honor a fallen firefighter. Michael Hallenbach died Saturday fighting the Sierra fire near South Lake Tahoe. The fire was started by lightning. The 21-year-old from Shingle Springs was killed when he was hit by a tree. Hallenbach was part of the Sierra at Tahoe family. He had worked there in the winter for 2 seasons. The vigil starts tonight at 7 o'clock.
16 minutes after the hour on your Wednesday morning, well, the city of Reno has finalized its purchase of the Calneva parking garage next to City Hall downtown for a whopping $10. The deal, signed by Mayor Hillary Sheevey, includes the deed for the garage and portions of adjoining streets. Reno city officials say the city will consider making major repairs and upgrades to the garage as part of a $3.5 million investment in downtown infrastructure.
Earthquake activity that began in July of last year in the Sheldon Wildlife Refuge in far northwest Nevada is continuing. UNR seismologists are monitoring the ongoing activity that includes 3 earthquakes larger than magnitude 4.0 in the last few weeks. In just the last year, scientists have located more than 5,600 earthquakes in the Sheldon swarm. There have been a lot of questions as to whether this activity is related to volcanic activity. Scientists say that's not the case, at least right now.
There's no evidence that this is associated with any volcanics. It seems to be a typical kind of basin and range extensional sequence where these are normal faulting events where the crust is being pulled apart or stretched.
Now, Nevada is the 3rd most seismically active state in the country, which is why scientists say, of course, it's a good idea to always be ready for an earthquake in our region. For more information on how to prepare and more about this Sheldon swarm, head to our website at foxreno.com.
Well, experts say kids in school are getting sick up to 12 times during the school year on average. How you can keep your little ones healthy, that's still to come. Well, skipping breakfast has been touted, or breakfast rather, has been touted as the most important meal of the day. Melissa's been telling it to me for years.
Apparently you haven't had yours this morning.
That is so not nice. You just had some mean juice, apparently. It's been suggested that skipping breakfast may actually cause weight gain, but a newer study is challenging that school of thought.
Columbia University researchers divided a group of overweight adults into 3 groups who either ate oatmeal, frosted flakes, or nothing for breakfast for 4 weeks. Only the group who skipped breakfast lost weight. Experts say there are many factors that impact weight, but it's not clear yet if eating breakfast is one of them.
Give you a guess what I had for breakfast this morning.
You had a microwave omelet with cheese.
No, I had a bag of barbecue potato chips.
There you go.
That might have a little something to do with the lack of brain power. I need to fuel that thing for sure. All righty. Just let me go.
On average, let's switch gears. Elementary school children get up to 12 colds or cases of the flu each school year, and a lot of parents and teachers refer to it as a back-to-school plague.
12 seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there are ways to keep your little guys healthy, though. Here's Holly Furfer with some tips in our Health Minute.
Back to school is always an exciting time, but sharing classrooms with lots of children can also lead to health problems. That's because when children are younger, they touch their faces, mouths, and noses, and then touch other kids, which is how they pick up all kinds of germs like colds, pink eye, and strep throat. What to do to protect your little ones? Well, avoid the water fountain. Have your child bring their own water bottles to school and ask them not to share with anyone. Use hand sanitizer, especially before eating their lunch. Cafeteria trays are a hotbed of nasty germs. Make sure your child gets enough rest to keep the immune system healthy. Sleep experts say 10 to 11 hours of sleep a night is the best. Keep your kids active and well fed. A good nutritious breakfast, including vitamin C, can build energy and resistance to germs. And doctors say bundle up their overcoats. Studies have shown that people who protect themselves from old man winter's wrath are less likely to catch colds later on in the year. All good tips to keep the germs away from your school kids as well as your family. For today's Health Minute, I'm Holly Furfer.
It's so true about the whole washing their hands thing and getting kids to wash their hands. If we're not standing by them, they never wash their hands.
Every
you know what I mean?
single time they get out of the restroom, did you wash your hands?
No,
turn
and they
around
go
and
back
go
in there.
right back
I
in.
always have to say, did you wash your hands? Did you flush the toilet? And they go back in there too. So, yeah.
What is it about
Still
washing their hands? They love to play in water and splash. Or why not wash their hands? I don't get it. What's the big deal?
I don't know. It's just another added step of cleanliness that
guess
kids
so.
just kind of do not embrace.
I guess so.
All righty, we're going to be tossing over to meteorologist Tim Studebaker in just a bit. Stay with us. You're watching Mornings on Fox 11.
Here's Glenn.
Hey,
Yeah.
anything we need while I'm out?
Can't think of anything.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be kind of spotty the next couple of weeks. Just to let you know, we got our moving that we have to do.
Yep.
I haven't talked to Donna. She likes the contractor now for, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I can sign that lease by Friday and see if I can get it in person there by Saturday.
Okay.
Today I got Isabella all day because she's got her eye appointment for free, before school.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Tomorrow, Candace has one of her orientations.
Okay.
And next week, Candace has another orientation. Plus, she's got to work her first day ordering and Quentin's got his orientation.
Oh, God.
So it's going to be a mess.
Okay, good luck with all of that.
No, yeah, that's goes with having a family
All right.
and one running vehicle.
Right.
So, but just thought I'd call and let you know.
Okay.
I'll be in as soon as Isabella's eye doctor
Good
appointment.
morning and welcome
Right,
back. If you missed the meteor shower
Okay.
last
See you in a
night,
bit.
this morning, they are peaking still into tonight and tomorrow morning. So make sure to check out those Perseids. Great viewing conditions, clear skies and a little chilly. So you want to bundle up for that. But otherwise, things have been pretty good for viewing those. Get away from the city lights if you can, of course. Breezy afternoon for us today. A little bit windier for tomorrow with some areas of smoke and haze possible for a few folks, especially the southern portions of the viewing area. Sounds like Mono County, maybe down to Alpine County as well. But, just heads up for that no matter where you are, because we have the winds out of the west and southwest today, and that could bring in smoke for a few of us. 59 in town right now. We are looking at sunny skies to start our day, 3-mile-per-hour winds and 44% humidity. We're a little chilly out there, 50s and 60s, some 40s too in the lower elevations, 30s in some of the upper elevations like Truckee and South Lake Tahoe. Low pressure off the California coast. That provides some wind for us through the day today out of the southwest, about 10 to 15, gusting to 30 miles per hour, very similar to yesterday. Also, just like yesterday, a chance for showers in that far eastern portion of Nevada, thanks to that moisture coming up from the south over there. We'll continue to watch for showers over on eastern Nevada, but breezy conditions here in the western side of the state. 7-day forecast looking at breezy to windy conditions the next couple of days and mostly sunny skies. We'll be back.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:28. We're joining you live for Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Republican presidential candidate Jeb Bush is making another stop in Nevada today. The former Florida governor is scheduled to hold a meet and greet at noon at the Hyatt Place Hotel that's near the Reno Tahoe International Airport. 5 other Republican presidential hopefuls are scheduled to be in Nevada later this week as well. And Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is going to be visiting Southern Nevada this week. The former Secretary of State is scheduled to visit next Tuesday. Further details about the itinerary not yet released. Clinton most recently visited Nevada in June when she spoke at a roundtable discussion with veterans. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We have dry and breezy conditions today, even windier for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, a fire weather watch is issued in light tan here on your screen, parts of northeastern California and northwestern Nevada. Starts Thursday afternoon, goes into the evening and nighttime hours as well. Basically looking at mostly sunny skies out there for western Nevada and the Sierra, but low pressure off the coast, bringing us some winds over the next couple of days. A little bit today, 10 to 15 gusting to 30. Tomorrow, 10 to 15 gusting to 35 to 40 miles per hour. Chance for showers and thunderstorms at 20% for the eastern side of the state. 7-day forecast for breezy this afternoon, a little windier for your Thursday. Mostly sunny skies, though. And the Perseids are peaking if you want to go out and check those out tonight again.
A fire burning north of the Napa Valley has nearly doubled in size. We'll tell you how big it's become and the latest on the containment efforts.
Well, Donald Trump continues to lead in the polls, even after his controversial comments last week. But a couple other Republicans are also enjoying a little post-debate bump. We'll tell you who.
And we'll tell you what is making international news today that hasn't happened in about 50 years.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Hey, good Wednesday morning, everyone. 7:32 now on your Wednesday. Hopefully your day is off to a great day. And before you get into any kind of career, everyone always tells you, do an internship to make sure you like that career choice, just to make sure, you're not getting into something you don't like. Well, most of the time, in news at least, internships not paid.
Yes.
You don't get paid for it at all. Well, apparently an intern is suing Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, who claims that she worked for 50 hours a week for no pay, and she thinks that she deserves.
For how long?
50 hours. For how long was the duration of the internship? For 4 months in 2012.
What was she interning to do?
Just that.
She had to carry clothing. She had to help out.
Photocopying, sewing,
did she wanna
cleaning,
be when
running
she grew
personal
up?
errands. The work never stops. So
A
she's
celebrity
basically
assistant.
saying that, hey, these celebrities took advantage of me, working about 50 hours a week as a full-time employee is what she says. And she says that it was an internship that she wasn't paid for. She thinks she deserves some money for
Well,
it.
if they never promised her money out of the get-go, then she's got nothing to complain about.
Exactly.
That's the way it goes. Internships are internships and not necessarily always paid for.
Where did you guys intern before you got into the old broadcasting business?
I interned at Cron in San Francisco.
I interned at every network affiliate in Phoenix.
And I did in Denver. And what I did, and probably what you guys did too, answer phones and carry tripods, right?
I did a little bit of that, but I did the ripping of the scripts.
Oh, yeah.
So back in the day, these are our scripts now. They're all computer generated. Back in the day, they came out of this machine where everything was connected. There were triplicates, so you had to sit there, rip off the sides, and then rip all the scripts, and then divvy them
Make
up.
sure they were all in order. If they were not in order, boy, that was stressful.
How many paper cuts did you get doing that?
Oh, so many, but you loved it, so it was worth it.
You got the bug for the news biz for sure.
Yeah, and I
during
learned
those
more
internships.
in that internship than I did in my 4 years of college for
It's true.
journalism.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Absolutely.
true. Absolutely. And it was unpaid.
What kind of a bug you get by emptying those little twins trash cans? What Ashley and what's the other one?
Mary
Kate's.
Kate.
So I don't know what she was going for with that internship.
It sounded like more or less a personal assistant.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what she
It was
wants
an
to.
intern. I don't know.
I think it might be a cool job being someone's personal assistant. Some highfalutin. You get into all the cool things. I don't know.
Maybe.
Watch out, Mary
All
Kate.
right. We will tell you how that
coming your
one
way.
unfolds. All right, we got politics to talk about though too.
Yeah.
And also with Jeb Bush making a visit here
Yeah,
today.
but before we get to that, we're talking about this vehicle that's driving.
Before we get to the presidential race, let's talk about
everyone
some nuts.
Yeah, we're talking about nuts this morning. Fox 11's down in Georgie's live on Baxter Street with more details on the curious car. Hey, Gianna.
Good morning. Hi, Steve.
Good morning, Captain.
Hey there, Captain. You guys hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Great. Okay. Hello, Glenn.
Hey there. So not only do we have fun with the fireworks convention in town, watching them showing fireworks that you guys haven't seen yet, but I also have fun watching the fire department show up to put out the prairie fires every time one of those things fails and hits the ground and goes off.
Right. They have to have it stand by and racing. So
We got pretty good one last night too. So
they must stop the thing, right? Do they stop it? In between?
The way they did it, actually, they went out to this big field and they burned the field out. So most of the sparks that hit don't do anything. But every once in a while, something even gets outside of that.
Oh, the perimeter.
Yeah, so they don't have to shut down the show. In fact, people are paying because these fireworks, these different companies put on a whole show. If you want to pay to go see it, I'm at a friend's house across the street. Boy, they got music going and things inside. What it's kind of like a little stadium, and it really is something. But
Right.
but yeah, when it gets outside the perimeter there, yeah, here come the fire trucks again.
Yeah, right. Well, hopefully not too many fire got out of the perimeter.
All right, Jonas, thank you.
Otherwise,
Well, a
like,
fire
I
in
could
your Napa
imagine
Valley
they
has more than
racing
doubled in size
to
despite
different
an
places
increase in
to
humidity and even cooler
fight fires.
temperatures. The
Yeah, they got it
Peninsula
down
fire
pretty
as
good. The fire
being
trucks show
held
up
is
real
lighting up the
fast. It
Rock
doesn't
Creek
last
Nation
long.
100
Just
miles
funny.
north of San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
The blaze, which erupted on Sunday, has burned nearly 19 square miles. More than 1,100 firefighters are working to put it out. Right now, it's threatening about 50 structures. So far, no homes have been destroyed, and thankfully, no injuries reported.
The controversial comments Donald Trump made last week may not have hurt him in the polls. The first polls taken after the Republican debate show Trump still in the lead. And as Andrew Spencer reports, he is not the only Republican getting a post-debate bump.
Donald Trump makes his first campaign stop since the Republican debates last week.
And by the way, they said I won the debate. Is that nice? Is that nice? Right? The polls came out and said I won.
If Trump did win, as he claims, he wasn't the only one. A new poll taken after the debates shows Trump leading in the first-in-the-nation primary state of New Hampshire. But it also shows huge gains for former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina and Ohio Governor John Kasich, with Fiorina breaking into the top 5 after not even making it into the primetime debate last week. Not everyone in New Hampshire is impressed by Trump's recent comments, especially those about Megyn Kelly last Friday, comments the chair of the state's Republican Party calls demeaning and disrespectful.
We need a candidate that can speak to women in a respectful and inclusive manner. We need a candidate who can speak to all voters in a respectful and inclusive manner and share that very uplifting, optimistic vision that Republican principles offer.
Trump never apologized, but he clearly hasn't given up on the female vote.
I will be so good to women. I will work hard to protect women.
A Suffolk University poll also shows Trump leading in Iowa for the first time, and despite his most recent controversy, getting more support among women planning to vote Republican than any other candidate.
You cannot underestimate the appeal of a Donald Trump to anti-establishment, anti-political, anti-Washington Republican voters who feel completely disenfranchised from their own party.
I'm Andrew Spencer, reporting.
We will keep you posted for sure. Well, new surveillance video was released by the St. Louis County Police Department showing the man arrested and charged in an officer-involved shooting in Ferguson, Missouri Sunday night. Police say they have identified 18-year-old Tyrone Harris as a shooter. He's been taking a handgun. He is seen taking a handgun from his waistband and running towards the street. Police say they pursued Harris, and he fired at least once at the officer's vehicle near West Florissant. They returned fire, wounding the shooter. The case is still under investigation.
And in your world news this morning, Dutch investigators said yesterday that some of the debris recovered from the site of Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 that was shot down over Ukraine may contain pieces of a Russian-made missile. The Netherlands' National Prosecutor's Office said the fragments are possibly from a surface-to-air missile system and were being studied by the Dutch Safety Board. Flight MH17 crashed over territory held by pro-Russian separatists back in July of last year. All 298 people on board, mostly Dutch citizens, were killed.
And final preparations are underway as the U.S. Embassy prepares its formal opening in Havana for the first time in 54 years. Workers could be seen making exterior repairs as the Cuban flag flew close by. Happening this Friday, Secretary of State John Kerry is going to be visiting Cuba for the embassy's inauguration, and U.S. officials will ceremoniously host the American flag over the premises. Melissa?
All right, well, coming up, a judge in Texas gave out marriage as a sentence in a recent case. Google Plusers weigh in after the break. And also ahead in trending, today is World Elephant Day. We're going to tell you all about it coming up. Stay with us.
Yeah, some of what, Kempton, you see on those fireworks on Facebook, you see those little colors come up.
Hey, Melissa? Little what come up?
Yeah.
Melissa? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah.
There are no comments. I just wanted to let her know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, those colors come up and then all of a sudden they dart off in different directions, but there's also explosions that as they spread out, they continue to change color.
Oh.
And then there's others that when they explode, you think, okay, that explosion's over, but then those pieces go off and explode. Then those pieces go off and explode. Then there's something they're calling stardust, because you'll see a massive explosion overhead, and then all of this golden dust is what it looks like. Just hangs up there for the longest time.
Right, right. So they are much lighter, and then they just burn, and then up in the air. Oh,
there's some really impressive tricks that they're pulling off, but also part of it, this is a competition. The music that you heard that's in the stadium, so they put on a whole show in the stadium.
Okay. Right, so this case is different companies competing. I mean, each company has like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or whatever.
Yeah,
and then, they show the piece and play the song, and then they pick a winner. Right.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it sounds
Every
like
single year they come here, and this is where they show their new stuff. It's a convention from all over, not just America. So their problem is when you finally want to go to sleep. All down boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. PGI is the name of the convention, is that right? PGI Fireworks.
Yeah.
And welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's trending on our Facebook page this morning. A judge in Texas is being questioned for his, what some people are calling, unorthodox ruling that involved matrimony. A Texas judge ordered a man to marry his girlfriend or face 15 days in jail. 21-year-old Justin Bundy was charged with assaulting his girlfriend's ex. Bundy decided to tie the knot instead of face jail time. The probation term requires Bundy to write out a Bible verse 25 times a day and get married within 30 days. The verse? If a man digs a pit, he will fall into it. Proverbs 26:27. Well, the father of the bride is furious. He says that this judge didn't have the right to make this decision. The Texas judge is refusing to comment on why he ordered him to marry his girlfriend or face the jail time. Now people are questioning whether the ruling was actually above the law. Again, he's saying, in short, if you're going to hurt your girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, you're that serious about her, then you need to marry her. So we're asking Google Plusers, what do you think about it? Is this going a bit too far? Or, hey, it's a creative way to get the point across. Starting off first with Steve. Steve, what do you think? We're not talking here about taking her out on a date, for the next year, every week or whatever. We're talking about marriage. What do you think about the idea?
Marriage is a little bit too far. First, I think the judge needs to be off the bench. Okay, and demanding that somebody get married, no, you can't. That's an issue you can't force. Okay, I mean, he looked at it and said, "Is it all right with you?" Well, it's got to be all right with both of them, And the guy's father or her father, whoever it was that was upset, I agree. But I would make every move possible to get rid of that judge.
Yeah, I mean, your kids, you're looking towards them getting married for a lot of parents, planning it, thinking about that day, how magical it's going to be. It's your child, they're getting married, blah, blah, blah. And then you have to be like, no, shotgun wedding in 30 days, you're going to jail. Kempton, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely putting the bride-to-be under duress. Like, what is she going to do, all right? Say, no, no, I'm not going to marry you, and then let the guy go into jail. And the guy's easy decision. Well, hey, just do this thing, and then I don't have to go to jail. So, and the father of the bride is rightfully being furious about this. The judge should have known better. It's pretty. The thing that he did was pretty bad.
Yeah, and there's also the part, too, about writing the Bible verse and the separation between church and state and whether or not he had the right to do that as well, although out of both of them, which one, some people might find one more offensive than the other. Glenn, what do you think about his interesting decision here?
Well, the judge should have to make a decision based on a few decisions that are laid out for him. I don't mind a judge being creative, but there's got to be some parameters in order to lock in his creativity so he can't make up stuff like this. But let's say now, the bride-to-be might be upset. The father of the bride's definitely upset. The parents of the groom may be upset too. Hey, what about the judge down the hallway? You know, the guy who handles divorces and annulments? He's going to end up having to deal with this. But, you know, in the end, the lawyers still make out making all sorts of money, especially the divorce attorneys. I bet they're very happy.
I bet they are. Calling him already, I'm sure. All right, we'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. Thanks, everybody. Well, still ahead, Jeannie Mose gives her thoughts on what is going on with America's most famous panda. And a beauty queen is behind bars for some serious fraud. Find out what she did coming up next in a half hour. Stay with us.
Good conversation.
Yeah, I wonder if the judge was just trying to make some news for himself.
It might have been.
Might have been, yeah. Well, let's put it this way. He might have meant well, but this is someone's marriage. And, like, what if they down the road get a divorce? Well, he should have had that on his conscience, right?
This is not going to last.
It's not a solution to it.
I mean, to get around it, you get a marriage and then turn around the next day and get it annulled. You know,
so what would
you could get it annulled?
We need to start a pool to find out how fast do you think the divorcement or annulment is going to happen.
That's nasty.
10 days.
10 days.
All right. See you next hour.
Bye.
Yeah, see you guys next hour.
Welcome back, everybody. Panda Cub Watch is underway at the National Zoo in Washington. Zoo officials don't know if Mei Xiang is pregnant.
But as CNN's Jeannie Mose tells us, they are hoping for the birth of a baby panda early next month.
America's most famous panda isn't eating much. She's not doing much of anything except sleeping. Sleeping on her back, sleeping on her belly, yawning, scratching. What's up with Mei Xiang?
Well, she's definitely acting pregnant.
Oh boy! Or maybe it's a girl on the way at the Smithsonian National Zoo. Is she or isn't she? Not even her zookeepers know for sure. She was artificially inseminated at the end of April and has been having lots of ultrasounds since. They put the wand on her belly while distracting her with treats. But lately, Mei Xiang isn't hungry and she's too tired to cooperate with ultrasounds that rarely spot a panda fetus because they're so tiny. This could be what's called a pseudo-pregnancy. Hormone levels and all the behavioral signs suggest a pregnancy when there isn't one.
We usually know that she's pregnant when she gives birth.
You don't know until the cub pops out.
That's it.
Here's Mei Xiang's last birth almost 2 years ago. Now, if Mei Xiang has a cub, they're going to have to figure out who's the daddy. That's because 2 pandas contributed to her insemination, a panda in China and Tian Tian, who lives here at the National Zoo. Is Tian Tian really as bad a lover as he's made out to be?
He's not bad, he's just inexperienced. This is what really fascinates me. If we have twins, there's a potential that twins could each have a different father.
Next stop, the Maury Povich Show. Zookeepers are watching to see if Mei Xiang prepares as she did last pregnancy, picking up objects to practice cuddling.
And my favorite thing is there's a drain cover. She picks it up and she cradles it to practice.
And you can see how well all that practice paid off.
There you go.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Glad pandas are different than humans in that instance.
It's so cute that she holds that little thing to make sure she's got her cuddling right. I love pandas. They're super cute. All right, stay with us, everybody. We will be right back.
Oh.
Good morning and welcome back. So if you haven't checked it out already, the Perseids continue peaking tonight into tomorrow morning. You definitely want to go out and check that out. Some meteor showers for us, great viewing conditions for it as well, with clear skies expected, and also not too much in the way of moonlight because we are approaching the new moon. Breezy afternoons for us over the next couple of days, even windier tomorrow. So we do have a fire weather watch tomorrow for your Thursday. Some areas of smoke or haze are certainly not out of the question. A lot of us have not been seeing them for the last couple of days, but just keep in mind if you're traveling out and about in the area, you may run into a few of those with southwest winds today. 59 in town with sunny skies at the moment, 3-mile-per-hour winds and 44% humidity. We're at 55 in Carson City this morning, 58 this morning in Yerington, 39 right now in Southlake, and 36 in Truckee. So a chilly start. We have low pressure off the California coast continuing to spin out there, not really coming toward us at the moment. In fact, it's kind of moving away a little bit. And that's providing winds later on today. So southwest winds at 10 to 15, gusting to about 30 miles per hour. They'll gust to about 35 to 40 by the afternoon tomorrow, with that low pressure still hanging around. Also a chance for showers on the eastern side of the state this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon at about 20% chances there. The 7-day forecast picking up on those winds for the next couple of days. Breezy today, gusts up to 30, gusts up to 35 to 40 for your Thursday. So again, a fire weather watch is out there for your Thursday with windier conditions. Mostly sunny skies all the way through the 7-day forecast. Temperatures near 90 for the next few days, warming up even more when we hit that weekend. 94, 96, even 97 degrees by next Monday. So now that we're in late summer or mid to late summer, we're kind of actually seeing more summer-like temperatures out there. Cool overnights, and again, want to keep in mind the Perseids continue to peak tonight. If you want to go check those out, just make sure you're bundling up because 40s and 50s will be the overnight lows tonight. We'll be back.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:58. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Sierra Tahoe Ski Resort is holding a candlelight vigil tonight to honor a fallen firefighter. Michael Hollenbeck died Saturday fighting the Sierra fire near South Lake Tahoe. The fire was started by lightning. The 21-year-old from Shingle Springs was killed when he was struck by a tree. Hollenbeck was part of the Sierra at Tahoe family. He had worked there for the winter for 2 seasons. The vigil starts at 7 o'clock. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. And could we expect any more storms coming our way, Tim?
Not so much in the way of storms, but we are watching for some breezy to windy conditions the next couple of days. So as a result of fire weather watches out there for parts of northeastern California and northwestern Nevada. That goes from Thursday afternoon through the evening into the nighttime hours, Thursday night into Friday morning. Very early in the morning, it expires at 1 a.m. Low pressure off the coast will continue to provide for some winds for us for the day today. Not so much in the way of showers, though. Mostly sunny skies. A little bit of a shower chance out over the eastern side of the state today. The rest of us are dry. 63 now in Reno, 55 in Carson City, 59 in Yerington, 48 in Markleeville so far. The 7-day forecast looking for breezy conditions this afternoon. Winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour, maybe up to 35 to 40 for your Thursday, so windier then, but mostly sunny and dry all the way through the 7-day.
Plus, the dating app Tinder is battling with Vanity Fair on social media after the magazine wrote an article on dating in the digital age. Find out what all the fuss was about.
Plus, one of the women who played baseball during World War II can still chuck it at 96 years old. We're going to catch one from her.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Good Tuesday?
Wednesday. Don't be
good. Good Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11. 8 o'clock. Got a lot left still in this show, including Oliver X, who's coming in to take a look at some events going on this weekend. This summer is not over.
It is not.
Heck no.
Still a lot to do.
Yeah.
He's got some great ideas for us.
Yeah, and speaking of this weekend, Eric LaRue, the director of Race 178, of course, the folks that put on the Reno Tahoe Odyssey, they're holding a special run this Sunday with kind of a strange distance. Very very few races are held across the country with this specific distance in mind. So that's pretty exciting
Yeah.
stuff too.
And of course, it's training camp season. Everybody's talking football, getting ready for the upcoming season. And one of the most high-profile teams, New York Jets, now without their starting quarterback after he took a shot from a reserve linebacker, broke his jaw, and he's out for the next 6 to 10 weeks. This all stems from apparently a $600 dispute. To kind of put into perspective here, the linebacker had a football camp back in his home state of Texas. Geno Smith said he would come. Geno Smith didn't come. Linebacker wanted his $600 back for the ticket he bought Geno Smith.
RB told me that he didn't go because his friend died.
Yeah, his friend died in a car accident. So anyway, these two are squabbling over the $600, and in the locker room, the linebacker punches Geno Smith in the jaw. Linebacker, by the way, he got cut immediately after this.
You're out of there. I like that coach's decision.
Yeah.
Although, it'd be interesting to see, who had what in responsibility of what happened. But still, you don't go physical, and this guy did, and he was out of there.
It happens all the time in the field, but it's disturbing when you see it in the locker room when they're not wearing helmets.
Yeah.
And you can do
Same
some serious
team, too.
damage. Same team, yeah, it happens. Boy.
Turn the volume down a little bit, guys.
Ryan Fitzpatrick will now be the starting quarterback for the Jets. We'll see
This
how
might
he
be
does.
might be another Kaepernick thing where somebody, the second person steps up to it. Interesting. All right. Today, by the way, is also National World Elephant Day. Co-founder Patricia Sims says that, quote, this day is a rally call for people to support organizations that are working to stop the illegal poaching and trade of elephant ivory and other wildlife products, protect wild elephant habitat, and provide sanctuaries and alternative habitats for domesticated elephants to live freely, end quote.
Here's some facts, too. More than 15,000 to 20,000 elephants are being poached and killed every year. That's gross, isn't it?
Yeah.
There may be fewer than 400,000 African and fewer than 40,000 Asian elephants remaining in the wild. China's demand for ivory is devastating the elephant population, especially in Tanzania. Tanzania and Africa, of course, near Kenya, south of Kenya. Tanzania has lost a catastrophic 60% of their elephants in just 5 years. So
And also,
something needs to be done.
Yeah, another quick fact about elephants too. They can paint with their trunks. They
Way
can
to
paint pictures. There's a video on YouTube where an elephant paints a picture of another elephant.
All righty.
That's so true.
Save the elephants. We need our painters. Right? All righty. How about this one, folks? An unusual vehicle riding around Reno.
Yes.
Driving people nuts, especially if they see it right next to them in their side mirror. Fox 11's Gianna Giorgi is live in downtown Reno to explain. Hey, Gianna.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's trending this morning. Trending over on Facebook, a beauty queen crowned Miss Pennsylvania U.S. International is now behind bars. She's accused of faking cancer and scamming people out of thousands of dollars. Trooper Thomas Stock, Pennsylvania State Police, says that this was an elaborate plan. He says that Weaver Gates shaved her head and even took long trips for fake treatments, tricking her own sister. She's in Central County Jail on $150,000 bail. Trending over on Twitter this morning, hashtag Tinder Vanity Fair. The magazine recently published an article on how apps like Tinder are changing courtship and dating. Tinder was not happy with the article and took to Twitter, attacking the article and its author for inaccuracies and one-sided journalism. The Vanity Fair writer responded by saying that the article isn't even about the app, although the article is titled Tinder and the Dawn of the Dating Apocalypse. What's going on, Vanity Fair? All right, trending over on Yahoo this morning. Rockford Peaches, 96-year-old former female baseball pro, throws a ceremonial pitch. While she did not throw it as far as she wanted, she enjoyed the day and the attention. Marjorie Peters played for the Rockford Peaches in the 1940s. The team was part of the All-American Girl Pro Baseball League at the time. The Peaches inspired the 1992 movie and a hit, A League of Their Own. Turning now to what's trending over on our Facebook page this morning. A minor league baseball team is being called out on social media after hosting an event for a fallen officer. The Staten Island Yankees hosted a Blue Lives Matter fundraiser in support of the NYPD on Sunday. And normally, this wouldn't be a big issue, but people were concerned because it was hosted on the one-year anniversary of Michael Brown's death in Ferguson. The organization says it was just a coincidence, but critics say celebrating Blue Lives Matter is insensitive and that it draws attention away from victims of police violence. Joseph Impertus, founder of the Blue Lives Matter NYC and organized the event, he says they did think about the date, but it wasn't about taking anything away from Black Lives Matter. He says all lives matter. Cops are people, and that's what this is pretty much all about, that they matter too. Now we're asking everybody on Facebook, what do you think about it? Was it inappropriate by the organization to first have the Blue Lives Matter event and then having it on the day of the one-year anniversary, or no, not at all? We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear what you have to say. All right, coming up, Samantha's going to bring you bargains and deals, make your life a little bit easier. More on that coming up in her Bowman's Bargains.
And welcome back, everybody. When it comes to Medicare, you could be making a lot of mistakes that are costing you a lot of money and coverage. Kelly Grant has some tips to avoid the most common blunders.
Mistake number one. It's actually the first opportunity you're going to have to make a mistake with Medicare, and it's one that a lot of people make. It's just missing the enrollment deadline. If you're retired and you turn 65, you have a 7-month window to sign up for Medicare, starting 3 calendar months before your birthday. If you don't sign up within that period, you're going to face penalties in the forms of higher premiums, basically for the rest of your life. There is an exception there. If you're still working when you're 65, in most cases, you're going to have an 8-month window after you retire to sign up for Medicare, but you want to check the details, and again, make sure you sign up on time. Mistake number 2, you need to check in on your plan options every single year when enrollment comes around. These plans are always different. There can be big swings in what premiums you might pay, and if your needs have changed especially, then you want to make sure that the plan fits what you need and that you're not overpaying for services that you're not going to need. Mistake number 3, misunderstanding some of the plan options that are out there. If you don't understand which part of your coverage might be kicking in, talk to your doctor and ask some questions.
Well, a new study found that students in the early elementary school years are getting significantly more homework than is recommended by the education leaders. In the worst case, researchers found that children in first grade had up to 3 times the homework load recommended. The study by several organizations and universities, including Brown University, was published Wednesday in the American Journal of Family Therapy. It involved questionnaires filled out by more than 1,100 English and Spanish-speaking parents of children in kinder through 12th grade. They compared the results, standards endorsed by the National Education Association and the National Parent-Teacher Association.
Let's toss it over to Samantha Boatman now. She's got a look at our Boatman's Bargains, saving you some money on a Wednesday. Hey, Sam.
That's our goal. Good morning, Bill. Yeah, here's some deals that you can check out on Living Social if you ever think about cooking, and it would be a lot easier if there were ingredients that you already measured out for you. HelloFresh does, which is why its meals are conveniently delivered to your doorstep with easy-to-follow recipes, even photographs. Try a classic meal deal for 2 for only $34.99, or a meal box for 4 for only $64.99. Bring out the artist in you with one of the beloved paint and sip nights at the Crafted Palette for $19. That's a $35 value for a paint and sip night. Or how about this? Treat yourself to a delicious breakfast at Men Wielding Fire. Yes, they do serve breakfast. They actually have a menu of succulent barbecue and fire-grilled meats. They've been expertly incorporated into delicious breakfast with a smoky twist. You can get $20 to spend on breakfast Monday through Thursday for only $10. And here's the deal of the day on Yelp.com for your kiddos' extracurricular ideas. How about music classes or an instrument? Absolute Magic is offering a voucher for $50 that gives you $75 to spend. And then Ballet Nevada can turn your little one into a cute little ballerina. They are offering a voucher for $40 that gives you a $50 value towards classes. How about this one? Especially for Bill Frankmore. How about getting into the martial arts? United Studios of Self-Defense is offering a voucher for $95 that is redeemable for $150. Those are a look at some of the deals of the day, some good ones, especially with the kiddos heading back into school. If you know of a great deal around town, would you please post it on our Fox 11 Facebook page? We would love to share it with all of you at home. Bill?
All right, very good. Thanks, Sam. Still to come on Mornings on Fox 11, Eric LaRue is here to tell us about a relay race in downtown Reno, how you can get involved. Still to come. And a fungus that can cause lung infections has been reported in Washoe Valley. We're going to have more on that as well. Maybe a cause, too. Stay with us.
Does that mic check? You
Check,
can
check,
just
check,
count to
check.
10. I
A
thought
1,
we
2,
were on
3,
for a
4,
second.
5.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, runners, this one is for you. Eric LaRue, the race director of Race 178, is here to talk about the 3rd annual Reno 10-miler and relay. He joins us now. So we're talking about a 10-miler, and you don't see a lot of this distance too often in races. Tell us about what makes this race special.
Sure. Well, 10-miler events are actually quite popular around the country. There's a lot of big ones on the East Coast. There's some on the West Coast. They're coming around and they're seeing more of them now. So we thought a 10-miler is a perfect distance for Reno. If you're stepping up from a 5K or a 10K, it's a good step up. And if you're training for a fall marathon or getting ready for a half marathon, it's a great training run. So it's right in the middle.
And it's great for someone who may just be a little bit too intimidated to run that half marathon, but this can kind of give them that little edge to get into the double digits when it comes to mileage and then move on to something longer.
Correct. Absolutely.
And tell us about registration with relay races and everything. Or can people still register for relay teams?
You can register either way. The last day to register is tonight online, midnight. We also have registration at Packet Pickup on Friday from 3 to 6 and Saturday from 1 to 5.
Okay.
So you can register for both the 10 miles, or if you don't feel like running 10 miles, you can do a 2- or 3-person relay.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so.
And everyone loves to hear about the course before going out there. Tell us about the course and what people can expect.
Sure. We've set up a course that really celebrates downtown, goes by a lot of landmarks. We also run on the University of Nevada campus. The start-finish line this year is at Wingfield Park.
Okay.
And we'll run up, get to the university campus, make a neat loop around the campus. We see everything up there. Then we come back down through Wingfield Park, and we do a little western swing out by Idlewild Park, come back down Riverside, and you finish right there at Wingfield.
I love it.
So it's a very scenic course.
Yeah. Oh, scenic matters, especially when you get into the longer distances. Tell us if people are interested in this and would like more information, where should they head?
They should head to the website,
Okay.
www.race178.com,
Okay.
Reno 10-miler.
All right, and Race 178 always puts on the best races, and you guys have another big one coming up in September. Tell us a little bit about that, just briefly.
Sure. General Jog will be on September 13. That'll be your last chance to get your 3-race medal to get points for our point series. So this run on Sunday is the second of our 3-race series.
And the first one was the Leprechaun
First one was
one?
Leprechaun race. You got it.
All right, Eric, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Looking
Jan.
forward to seeing everyone this Sunday. Tim, over to you.
All right, thank you so much. Well, we were near average yesterday with 91 the high in Reno Sparks. The average is 92 degrees, only 1 degree away. Pretty quiet weather, some mostly sunny skies, but winds to talk about. That's coming up in your forecast. Good morning and welcome back. So if you haven't heard already, we have those meteor showers going on for the next night or so here. They're peaking last night and tonight. So if you didn't catch it last night, definitely check it out tonight. They'll still be around for a few more nights after that, but they'll be decreasing in activity from then on. Breezy afternoons for us the next couple of days with areas of smoke and haze still possible from California wildfires. Can't go without mentioning that. But most of us are seeing mostly sunny skies right now with 63 degrees in town at the moment, 38% humidity. Calm winds now, but we're watching for breezes later on today. 60s in most of the lower elevation locations, 40s and 50s in those upper elevations. Low pressure off the California coast. You can see that continuing to swirl there. It's been moving slowly away from us. So basically the only effect we see from it for today is the winds, very similar to yesterday, to 10 to 15, gusting to 30 out of the southwest today. Eastern side of the state, couple of showers possible. That's a different weather system altogether. A little bit of moisture coming up from the south over there, so that's affecting just that eastern portion of Nevada. The rest of us are looking at mostly sunny skies, a bit of a breeze into the afternoon hours today, and even more wind for your Thursday. So windy enough and dry enough on Thursday that we do have a fire weather watch in place for your Thursday afternoon, just because of that high fire danger. Could turn into a red flag warning if we get closer to it in time, but for now it's a fire weather watch. Either way, that low pressure hangs out over the coast and continues to provide us with some winds over the next couple of days and chances for showers and storms on the eastern side of the state for the next couple of days as well, unrelated to the low off the coast, by the way. Breezy to windy conditions today and tomorrow. Today 10 to 15, gusting to 30 out of the southwest. Tomorrow 10 to 15, possibly gusting up to 35 or 40 for the afternoon hours. Mostly sunny skies all the way through the 7-day forecast. The Perseid meteor shower continues to peak tonight into tomorrow morning. Great viewing conditions for that. Try to get away from city lights. Temperatures warming up even more as we head into the weekend and next week. We'll be back.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 8:28. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. The city of Reno has finalized its purchase of the Calneva parking garage next to City Hall for a whopping $10. The deal, signed by Mayor Hillary Sheevey, includes the deed for the garage and portions of adjoining streets. Reno City officials say that the city is going to consider making repairs and upgrades to the garage as part of a $3.5 million investment in infrastructure. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We do have a couple of breezy to windy days here today. Winds gusting as high as about 30 miles per hour with 10 to 15 sustained out of the southwest. Tomorrow, gusts could be as high as 35 to 40 miles per hour. Enough wind and enough dry air that we do have a fire weather watch already in place for your Thursday. It's Thursday afternoon and evening. The area is shaded in light tan here on your screen. Much of Washoe County, much of western Nevada, in fact, and also into the northeastern portion of California. Starts Thursday afternoon at 2, goes until Friday morning at 1 a.m., so basically the midnight hour there. We're continuing to watch for winds today and tomorrow. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies for western Nevada and the Sierra today. Low pressure off the coast, allowing those southwest winds to pick up later today, so watch for those. A little bit of shower activity possible on the eastern side of the state today. Some thunderstorm activity as well. 20% for eastern Nevada. Nothing expected for western Nevada except for mostly sunny skies and breezes.
Good, I'm glad you will. Thunderstorms could be contributing to a recent string of infections that is showing up in Washoe County. What you need to know coming up.
Plus, Nevada officials have come up with a solution to the recent Common Core assessment debate. We'll tell you what they've come up with.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Hey, good Wednesday morning, everyone. You're eating some nuts.
Yep, that's right. Peanuts, probably
Perfect.
my
You know why?
favorite snack. Exactly.
Whoa.
Why are we eating peanut? Why am I? Because I'm the only one eating them right now.
Protein, not only protein, good source of protein.
Yeah.
Also, Mr. Peanut is in town today.
Yes,
He
you can
is.
see giant peanuts driving around. We have to be careful with the way we talk about this nutmobile, as we call it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why. So they're going across the country, making
This isn't a
different stops.
small nut, by the way, either. This is a big, long, it's like a van size nut.
It's right. It sure is.
Driving down the street and you're looking in your side view mirror, that'll get your attention.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was saying earlier today, it's the first time I cussed in front of my mother. Strictly Catholic mom, like, you know what I mean? No cussing in the house. I couldn't even say darn. It was too close to the real thing. And here comes this big bus with what looks like a Converse shoe. It looks like a Converse shoe driving next to you. And I turned and I said something, and she pretty much agreed with me. So that was it. Bless you, Studebaker.
We've seen the Wienermobile driving around in town, but I think this is the first time we've seen the Mr. Peanut Nutmobile
Yes.
driving around in town. So Be on the lookout for that, guys. Do not be alarmed. Nothing to see here, just a giant nut driving down the road.
That's right.
All right. Health officials say recent thunderstorms may be a factor as to why an illness is showing up in Washoe County. That is, it's called valley fever, and a handful of cases were recently reported here. Officials say it could be due to drought conditions, also could be due to recent flash flooding. Fox 11's Jamie Hayden has more.
It's around us, and it's something for us to be aware of.
Valley fever is a fungus that causes lung infection. 5 cases were recently reported in Washoe County. Health officials say the illness grows best after a heavy rainfall.
And then it loves the dry and hot climate. So that's why I think we're seeing it right now. I think it is tied to our weather pattern, which is why we're seeing more cases.
People become infected after breathing it in. So what are the symptoms? They include fatigue, coughing, and fever, plus shortness of breath, muscle aches, and joint pains.
The incubation period for valley fever is about 1 to 3 weeks, and the duration would be a few weeks to a few months. Sometimes there will be some implications in about 5 to 10% of the people with lung problems, and in 1% may be some central nervous system problems or some infections of bones or joints.
And although valley fever is more common in other southwestern states, we can still get it here.
Most of our cases that have come in the past have shown a travel history into the endemic area where valley fever is more prominent. That would be like Central California and Arizona.
People with weakened immune systems have a higher risk of getting valley fever, so how can you protect yourself? Officials say try to avoid areas with a lot of dirt or dust and to stay inside during dust storms.
If you come down with those symptoms, you should go seek medical attention from your healthcare provider or to the hospital and take measures after that.
Phil Ulibarri there. He also says there's currently not a vaccine developed for valley fever, but he says once you get it, you most likely will never get it again. Now, if you'd like more information on how to protect yourself from the illness, just visit our website, foxreno.com.
Well, happening today, the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino will be holding a job fair from 11 a.m. until 3 o'clock. It will be held in the Nevada rooms. That's room 8 and 9. GSR officials hope to fill positions in housekeeping, laundry, and environmental services departments. Also happening today, you'll have a chance to talk with some of the nation's top drought and water experts at the Battle-Born Drought Discussion. The panel will answer any questions you may have about the ongoing drought and water conservation. The discussion will be live from 6:30 to 7:30 this evening at Heritage Restaurant and Bar. That's inside the Whitney Peak Hotel. The event is free to the public.
The Nevada Women's Fund Giving Circle has donated more than $65,000 to a local youth center. The grant was awarded to the Eddy House for its Youth Resource Center yesterday. The money will go towards homeless kids, runaways, and foster teenagers who have been aged out of the system, allowing them to meet most of their basic needs. Nearly 200 young women and men seek help at the center in downtown Reno every week. Nevada officials have awarded a $51 million 4-year contract to a new test maker after a Common Core assessments debacle halted the mandatory online exams this past school year. Remember this? The State Board of Examiners voted Tuesday in favor of a deal with California-based CTB McGraw-Hill to replace the existing testing company. Governor Brian Sandoval said testing problems this spring did a disservice to students and parents and said failure wasn't an option this time around. State officials say they're negotiating a settlement with the old testing vendor over the testing problems.
Well, Governor Brian Sandoval says he will appoint someone to replace former Clark County Commissioner Tom Collins before September 1st. Collins' 2-sentence resignation letter said he will be leaving because of family matters over the next few months that would affect his ability to serve his constituents. Collins served in the Nevada Assembly before taking the post as a Clark County Commissioner back in 2005 and was most recently elected to a 4-year term back in 2012.
Still to come, a minor league baseball team is getting heat on social media for a recent charity event. We'll tell you why coming up. And Burger King is responding to customers' demand. We're going to tell you what they are cooking up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Tim, can you hear me?
Can you hear me all right? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, yes, Glenn. Is he back? I thought I saw him, but
nope.
No.
You stop playing with fireworks.
Yeah. That would be fun. Like, all the new fireworks and yeah.
I know when I lived down in Phoenix, they had a one of the companies that made fireworks was right there in town, and they had a lot of different things where you could go in and see how they made the different fireworks and stuff. It was rather interesting.
Right. In the factory, you mean in the like design or manufacturing facilities?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
Okay,
Now
well-
that I forgot, I think there was somewhere fireworks factory that blew up. That was scary. It's like, what? There are a lot of stuff that can blow up. but seeing them, like, do they test it at Phoenix, like near the factory? Not near the factory, not necessary. But
They
do test
tested,
it
but
there?
I'm not sure where.
Oh, okay.
I know there was a couple times where we used to go like on 4th of July, and some of the stuff that were supposed to be tested wound up going into the grandstands.
Oh,
You know, and
really?
that was kind of dangerous. That was a bummer.
Oh,
In fact, they quit doing it just for that reason, so that people were on the ground and could get up and run.
Right.
You can't run when you're in a grandstand.
Yeah, exactly. And people running and trying to get out of something, it's dangerous. Yeah. So yeah,
Hey.
don't think testing in a in the 4th of July is a good idea. But, yeah.
No, that was something that it was supposed to be one of those spinner things, and it spun off and went flying into the grandstand.
Right.
Welcome back. Here's a live look outside to get you started on your Wednesday. Once again, gorgeous shot here in downtown Reno. Current temperature right now as well, 63 degrees. Trending now, what's trending over on our Facebook page. A minor league baseball team is being called out on social media after hosting an event for a fallen officer. The Staten Island Yankees hosted a Blue Lives Matter fundraiser in support of the NYPD Sunday. Normally, this would not be a big issue, but people were concerned because it was hosted on the one-year anniversary of Michael Brown's death in Ferguson, Missouri. The organization says that it was just a coincidence, but critics say that celebrating, quote, Blue Lives Matter is insensitive and that it draws attention away from victims of police violence. Joseph Impertis, I believe is his last name, founded Blue Lives Matter NYC and organized the event. He says they did think about the date, but it wasn't about taking anything away from Black Lives Matters. And he also says all lives matter. Cops are people, and that's what this is all about. Asking everyone on Google+, what do you think about it? Insensitive? Maybe a bad choice of days, or no, absolutely not. If Black Lives Matter on that day, then blue lives should matter as well. Love to hear what you have to say. Starting off first with Kempton. Kempton, do you think it was insensitive?
Yeah, well, hearing that they actually did think about the day and then think, hey, it's okay to happen on that day, then it is a bit insensitive. Obviously, police lives matter. I mean, they protect us. But in the case of the Michael Brown case, that date in particular, and they thought about it, I think they should have avoided.
Steve, do you think they made a bad choice here? They should have rethought that day, maybe moved it a day, move it a week?
I don't think that they should have moved it at all. You know, I wouldn't even give it any thought about the Michael Brown thing. He was a criminal, and he got himself killed because he was resisting arrest. Okay, that's the way I see it. The cops are out there, they're doing their job, they put their life on the line every day, you know, to protect us from people like Michael Brown, you know, and they're going to celebrate that. I wouldn't have given it any thought. I would have had the celebration anytime.
Glenn, what do you think? Think that it was? Can you understand what people are saying? Saying it's insensitive. It's you could have chosen any other day, any other week. You chose this day. What do you think about it?
In fact, I talked about this on my radio show yesterday. It was absolutely the perfect day to have it. Michael Brown was killed by the police officer that he was attacking. The police officer was defending himself. So, yes, blue lives matter. But more to the point, all lives matter. So if you have an event where, what were they doing? Did you read about what they were doing on that day when they were honoring Blue Lives Matter? They were making sure that the families who had lost loved ones who were police officers in the line of duty were not just honored, but financially supported. What a great event to have. How could anyone possibly criticize it?
Tony, what do we have on Facebook?
Richard writes in and he says, you know what about violence against police? And violence is violence no matter what side you're on.
All right, we'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, if you like free concerts, wine, or grilling, then Oliver X has some good news for you. Find out where you can do each of these things this weekend when we come back. Also, make sure you download the new and improved free Fox 11 AM app for your smartphone and your tablet. Remember, it's your only source for a local real-time traffic update. It's available on Apple and Android devices. Just search Fox 11 AM. We'll be back.
We didn't get the email about the green.
The what? The green?
Yeah, Glenn and Melissa are wearing the same color today.
Oh.
You and I didn't get the email.
No, we didn't. All right. Have a
See
good
you
day, guys.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. You're looking to figure out what to do for this weekend. Need some ideas? Well, that is where Oliver X from Reno Tahoe Tonight Magazine comes in. He's got his fingers on the pulse of everything that's going on in our area, and he's got some great ideas for us. In particular, one of our local favorites, who's made a big name for herself. She has relocated to LA, rightfully so. Yeah. But come back to our local area. Who are we talking about here?
Whitney Meyer, one of the most popular and really famous expats that Reno has produced. She was famous for being on The Voice, and she did well on there. And now her career is sort of taking off in LA. She's coming back as, our favorite daughter songstress. Yeah. And she's playing during the free concert series at the Peppermill. So check it out. 3 words: Whitney, Peppermill, and free.
Yes.
Can't beat that. It's a no-brainer. Yes. Find out why the Peppermill won 19 Best of awards recently in the Reno News and Review's Readers Poll, while having great drinks and seeing Whitney Meyer. Can't beat that.
And it's a great spot as well.
It
Love
is.
that.
It's a gorgeous room.
Oh. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. All right. So also we've got the wine walk. Tell me a little bit about that.
The original and still the best. 3rd Saturday of every month, thousands of wine lovers descend on downtown, and they enjoy international wine and at 25 participating locations. Yeah. And it's so fun for everybody. But remember to eat a little bit, put on some sunscreen, and make sure you have a designated driver.
Absolutely.
Because after, a few sips.
A few beverages. Remember, you're going to 25 spots.
25 spots times 1.5 ounces.
Yeah, so take it easy. A few little sippy sips here and keep it moving. All right, I love this one. Grills Gone Wild.
Grills Gone Wild. It's at one of my favorite spots, Picnic Pub and Patio. It's a bring your own barbecue thing. But every week, 6 contestants will actually compete to win a grill from RC Willie.
a full-on grill. So
you go out there and bring out your favorite food and grill it up, and there's somebody there who judges?
They provide the meat, and then Bob FM will has their bob heads judge the event, and it's going to be great. You got to get out there. I think it's going to be 96 degrees, Tim.
Yes.
This weekend.
It's gonna be a warm one.
And it'll be perfect grilling weather for
Okay,
folks.
great. So go out, enjoy, meet some people in our area. Also, of course, grills are there for you to be taken care of, and you can win one of your own. And if people would like to find out a little bit more, maybe take a look at the magazine, where can they find that?
Pick it up anywhere, 300 locations all over.
Yeah, absolutely.
All over Northern Nevada, even Truckee, we're everywhere.
I love it. And a great magazine at that. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us, Oliver. Appreciate it. Tim, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Well, 91 yesterday was the high. That is only 1 degree away from the average for this time of year. Near average temperatures continue, but also breezy to windy conditions. We're going to talk about that coming up in your full weather forecast in just a minute. See you then. Good morning and welcome back. So if you haven't checked out the meteor shower, it continues to peak tonight into tomorrow morning. One more chance during the peak, and then they'll start to subside. So definitely want to check those out if you can tonight into tomorrow morning. Great viewing conditions for it too, with clear skies. We have some breezy afternoons today and tomorrow, even windier for tomorrow, in fact. So a fire weather watch is in place for your Thursday afternoon and evening. Possibly some areas of smoke and haze, some parts of the viewing area today, with southwest winds coming in from California. 63 in town. We are looking at sunny skies right now, 38% humidity and calm winds. Temperatures around the area into the 60s for most of us, still in the 40s though for South Lake, as well as Truckee in the mid 50s for Markleeville right now. Low pressure off the California coast continuing to swirl out there, not bringing us rain or clouds, but bringing us a good amount of wind for the day today. Southwest winds 10 to 15 gusting to 30. By tomorrow, winds could gust as high as 35 to 40 miles per hour. So a breezy to windy day the next couple of days, mostly in the afternoon and of course the evening hours too. Eastern Nevada, chance for showers and storms at 20% today. Same thing for tomorrow. The rest of us are dry and looking at mostly sunny skies, but winds picking up out there for the afternoon hours. 20% chance for storms on the eastern side of the state. Highs into the 90s for you folks. We're in the 90s here in Western Nevada as well, and 10 to 15 mile per hour winds gusting to 30 miles per hour. Up around Tahoe, look for highs in the 70s there, 78 in Glenbrook, 80 in South Lake, and again, gusty conditions this afternoon, even more wind for your Thursday tomorrow. So we do have a fire weather watch out there for dry and windy conditions on Thursday. 80s to near 90 for the northern areas, and in the Truckee Meadows, right around 91 for the high in Reno Sparks today. Your 7-day forecast, pretty breezy this afternoon. Again, 10 to 15 gusting to 30. Tomorrow, the gusts get up as high as maybe maybe 40 miles per hour. So a windy day for your Thursday. Mostly sunny skies out there, though, and dry conditions. That leads to fire danger, so we have to be especially careful the next couple of days here. And of course, we mentioned it already, the Perseids are peaking, and they continue that tonight. So make sure to go check that out overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And that's the end of the peak. Things will start to settle down as far as the meteor showers are concerned over the next few days here. We'll be right back.